YouTube, good morning.
How are we? It is Thursday. I've got the mic here instead of on my jumper. I'm also putting you down there because I can't be asked to go to my car and get the phone stand, which is very lazy of me. But we are 3 days away from the shoot. 3 days? Yes, Sunday, 3 days. Um, and I've decided to do a fat load against the wishes of my coach. My coach was like, don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do any carb loading. Don't want to do this. And I was like, um, the reason I have actually gone against him, and I've actually said this to him, I said, look, mate, like I actually want to make the mistakes as well. I did a fat load for my second photo shoot. I did a fat load, and for me, it was incredible. Like I felt like I looked the best I ever looked after that fat load. And a fat load isn't conventional. A lot of people don't do it. It was a bit of an old school way, even where I learn, at J3U, I've been part of a lot, that they are against it. They say it's not the best way. It's like their linear load, the back load, the front load anyway. And also, I'm not ripped, so I can understand why my coach is like, look, you're not absolutely ripped. And I said this, I was like, yeah, I know I'm not ripped. Like I understand. I just want to trial and error these things. I'm not that bothered if I fuck up. Like I actually want to. My message to him was that I'm actually happy to make the mistake. I'm happy to actually fuck up and go, okay, this is what happened to my body. If I was like, this was a legit photo shoot and, or a bodybuilding show, whatever it is, I would be following Louis, my coach, without hesitation. Like I've done it every time. My first photo shoot, my bodybuilding show, and he hasn't proved me wrong or anything. He hasn't shied me away to the progress. And then on the second photo shoot, I said, I want to try carb load because I want to learn. He's like, yep, we can do it. And that's why today, I wanted to see if my body would respond well or not. And if I fuck up and my body looks worse, I'm not that fussed. Like, because it was never a planned photo shoot. I'm still 90 kilos. I had my lowest weight today, 90 kilos on the dot. Um, so I'm carbing up today. I'm carbing up tomorrow. However, I've got a really bad neck injury and back. So I'll go into that in a second. So I'm not going to bore you on what a fat load is because my switch off with all these big fucking words as well that I had to learn. Pretty much the idea of a fat load is to completely deplete your body of glycogen stores. And then what apparently, through research and what it can do, and then once you do the fat load of 3 days and then you top up your carbohydrates for 2 days and maybe a top up on the third day, the idea is that you actually make the muscle fuller because you've depleted, and what it's like a process that the fat loading does. Good fats as well, by the way, not just like junk fats. That the idea is to make that muscle bigger once we start pouring the carbs in there. That's the idea. That's a very simple way of saying it. Like there's a much more complicated way of saying it, and I'm sure I've missed a couple of things, but I do not want to bore you on this video from that. So I fat loaded Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My fats were like 130, 140, 150. My carbs were 50 grams or less because I had some from vegetables. My sources of fats have been dark chocolate, has been eggs, has been steak, has been peanut butter, has been almond butter, has been a fatty fish, avocado as well. So these are you don't fill up you don't fill up on a fat load of just shit fats. You always have to pick good fats because that's how it will work. It works. It won't work with the other one. And now today I'm going through my carb load, which is going to be my oats, which I've just had. I've got my potatoes today, my rice, and my sourdough. So things that I know digest very well. I'm just having a lot of it and having a bagel. I'm having around 400 grams. I'm being a bit reservative. Like sometimes I normally have 5, 6, 700 that I've done previously, but I am being a little bit cautious purely because I am not ripped. I'll put it on the video somewhere, either before this, that I've said, or after. Um, so I'm cautious that you can put fat on. And then yesterday, my coach was like, "Look, don't do this. Don't do the fat. Don't do the carb load because you just can gain loads of fat really quickly." And I'm like, "Well, I want to just see. I want to see. I've got no pressure. Like, let me just see what happens. If he's right, he's right. I'm cool. If it was like again, if it was a proper photo shoot, I'd be like, yep, mate, I won't. I'm not going to deviate anything. You tell me exactly what to do. But I enjoy making mistakes because I learn more from them. I learn a lot from the mistakes, and it's something to write down, track data. Like I'm tracking everything as well, so he's gonna know everything I've done, and we can refer back to my photos if we ever to do something like this again. So yeah, we're going to carb up about 400 grams of carbs today, see how I look in the morning, see what my weight does. Steps have been a little bit reduced. I'm kind of taking cardio out now for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. I've done my neck in like so badly to the point that I don't think I can go to the gym. I was supposed to do some legs today. I might go in later on just because I've got carbs in me and I need to kind of just move a little bit. But I won't be doing any squats or anything like that. I'll stick to machines. So leg extension, hamstring curl, hip abduction, maybe a very light body weight pendulum squat, but I'm fucked. My neck is so bad. Like, it's the worst timing as well because I'm trying to carb up to fill up my muscles, and I want a little bit of a pump because that will help. So yeah, that's not ideal. Like, the way I'm looking down now, it's killing me. Like, I cannot, like, that fucking kills me. That hurts. See, that really kills the one. It travels all the way down. I've really injured it. Like, this is what I did before last year. I had to take 2 weeks out, but I'm still gonna need to do like a small upper arm. I was gonna do an arm session tomorrow, and then a pump up session on Saturday. So I've got to be really careful now because of obviously this is caused me some stress. So cortisol levels, fluid retention, how I absorb food, and all that type of stuff plays a big role. I don't know why I did that like an Italian. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Hydration stays the same. Salt stays the same. Low salt, pink salt, sodium, and all that. We've got a new training plan ready for next week, but I'm actually going to take a week off because he doesn't know that. I haven't told my coach that I fucked my back up, and my neck is so I couldn't get much sleep last night. But I'm going into a 5-day split for after. So I'm actually going to be doing upper on Monday, legs on Tuesday, rest on Wednesday, push on Thursday, Friday back, legs again on Saturday, and then rest on Sunday. Cardio is going to be 100 minutes, but I'm going to just have a bit of a deload next week and then get stuck into this. Quite a lot of exercises compared to what I'm normally used to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty much doing like 9 exercises per session. Push session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Normally I do like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a lot of leg work. But I wanted to do 5 days because over winter, I found a good routine, and I do want to get massive. Like, I actually have the time to do it. I've got a good routine, walking the dogs with my work, early morning training. Might train at midday because I actually will enjoy that, so I can crack on with work first thing in the morning during the winter, and then get some food in me, train lunchtime 11 to 1, and then come back and carry on with work. But we'll see how that goes. So yeah, fat loading, depleted myself. I actually knocked off, by the way, 1.7 kilos from Monday. I did have an increase from the weekend, but I was 91.7 on Monday, 90.8 Tuesday, Wednesday 90.4, and Thursday today 90. So it'll be interesting to see tomorrow what my weight is after these 400 grams of carbs. I think I'm like consuming like 2,900 calories, I think, roughly. I need to double check that though. But yeah, pretty much depleting, trying to fill up the muscle again with carbs. Imagine like a bucket, you're emptying the bucket, ready to pour loads of more stuff in. That is just a very simple terms. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I don't care because I like the way I'm looking at the moment. I'm not looking for the 1-2%. I actually want to make the mistakes. I actually enjoy making mistakes so I can learn from that and go, right, this is what I did. Definitely make sure I won't do that. Fat loading has actually, right, I'm going to go off tangent here, but this is what Cal did in ICM. He said naturals do really well with fat loading. So it's always getting different perspectives of everything I've learned in the J3U, ICM, the PT mentorship, all these mentorships I've been on. A lot of them have different views, so it's quite nice to kind of get a view of everyone and then just try my own stuff. So let's see if it works. If it doesn't, who cares? I'm still pretty ripped, I think. Anyway, I've rambled on for 9 minutes. I'll catch you next week once the photo shoot has been done.